last time I said that coaching consists of two elements: listening, level 1, 2, and 3, and coaching should be on level 2 and 3, and then asking questions. And asking questions in coaching is not as easy as you think either. Because normally when we ask questions, it's because we think we need to know to solve a problem. But for the one who is coached, you are not supposed to solve the problem. He is supposed to solve it himself. That's the essence of coaching. So we have to ask questions to make that person think. Normally, when someone comes to me with a problem, I would ask, is it like that? Like that? No? Yes? No? Like this? Okay. Like that? No? Like this? Okay, it's like that. Then I understand exactly what to do to solve the problem. But that's not how it should be. I should ask questions that makes the other person think. And then you should ask questions that make people talk. And then you can't answer those questions by only a yes or no, because that's not much talking. And questions that cannot be asked or answered by yes or no is what we call open question, because they are opening up the scope, the perspectives of the person that we are asking questions to. There is a poem by Rudyard Kipling which goes like this: I keep 6 honest serving men. They taught me all I knew. Their names are what and why and when and how and where and who. So these are the questions you should use to open up the perspectives, to make the other person reflect and think and come up with new ideas. Sometimes it's difficult to really only use those WH questions. And then sometimes I ask, is it like this, or is it like that, or is it somewhere in between? And still you have to answer that with a lot of reflections, right? You can't just say yes or no, because it is probably somewhere in between. So that's another way, I think, of posing kind of an open question as well. Now, the questions that you ask should be based on listening on level 2 and 3. And I think if you really manage to listen on level 2 and 3, those questions will come to you naturally. Shouldn't be long and complicated. Those questions should be quite short, maybe even a little bit stupid. Tell me more about that. Who was there? Why did this happen? Simple question like that. And only one question at a time. And actually, a secret with the coaching session and asking questions is the patience to bear out silence. Because if I ask you a question and you don't reply immediately, that means that you are thinking, and that's exactly what I want to achieve when I ask questions. But our nature is that we cannot really stand silence. So it's embarrassing in a way. So when there is no answer right away, it's so easy to just push on with another question to fill out the silence, or even worse, answering your own question. And of course you shouldn't do that. You should really bear out with the silence and take time for the other person to reflect. And when that person answers, you have to listen on level 2 and 3. And then you cannot prepare your next question, right? Because if you think about your next question, then you are listening on level 1, and you shouldn't. So when they are responding to your question, you are fully there, curious about their answer, and then you think afterwards about what next question to pose. And then again there will be a little bit of silence, and again you have to stand it. So whenever you ask a question, wait for answers, bear out the silence, and then ask the next open question. And hopefully you will have a new silent situation, and it only means that the other person is reflecting and thinking. And that's exactly what we are aiming for.